Hi there, welcome to day 12 of my one a day challenge. Sorry for my lame ass excuse of a video yesterday. It was like 2 minutes long and I was like, I'm really tired. And it was really hard to actually make that. Bless my boyfriend, he was kind of like, oh, what do I need to type in for it? Because I really was barely standing to put the video together. But I did it! So yeah, it means it's day 12. And I'm still doing one video a day, so nearly 2 weeks, which is awesome. It's going to be a big challenge this next week because I'm moving house and I've got a whole lot of stuff going on, so if I can still get a video up every day during that period with so much transition, then I'm nailing it and I'm really pleased with myself. So there's an interesting thing happening in the world at the moment about gender inequality, sexual harassment. There seems to be a lot of stuff out there kind of like coming to the surface in the world of the social media. Sounds so because I'm such a granny, it's like a whole different universe to me. Yeah, in the world of social media, it's like a lot of stuff is kicking off. So firstly, there was the Emma Watson's UN video speech, which was posted, which I think was absolutely incredible. And she was basically, it's a campaign called He for She, and she was basically looking at gender inequality and looking at the issue of the fact that, men are just as affected as women in this world in terms of the inequality that's going on. And the fact that, this is something that when I've been channeling and kind of looking at this, because I'm very fascinated by this, like the role of the masculine and the feminine, how it interplays within us energetically, how we actually are as men and women on this planet. I all think it's like a key part of like a kind of awakening and consciousness that's taking place and like a rebalancing kind of thing. And she was basically saying that because men have been so repressed in terms of their expression of their vulnerability, their sensitivity, their emotions, it's no wonder that things are out of balance and that they treat women the way that they do in some places around the world. And I feel this is absolutely right, it's like we're all human beings, we're all sensitive, and when you can't fully express yourself and you contain that within yourself, it explodes and erupts out in perverted ways, in ways that are unhealthy and that don't have balanced judgment behind them and don't take certain things into consideration that you normally would do, because there's such a charge that builds up from that repression. It's almost like a dam bursting and it just explodes out in any way, and so I thought that was really interesting. And then also I just saw a video posted by a woman called Lacey Green, and I think she is freaking amazing. She's like totally open sex education basically, so she has this YouTube channel. And I think it's so liberating to have sex so openly talked about, because we are so ashamed of it in general. There's so much repression, and I was going to say it's quite ironic, but actually I think it's very natural the way this is working out for me, that with these memories of the sexual abuse coming up from my childhood, I have always been very interested in sex. I'm fascinated by it. And I do think it's very unbalanced in the world at the moment, and it's something that I want to have a voice about. I want to help it rebalance. I want people to feel natural in their expression, and don't even get me started on pornography because that's a whole separate thing. But basically, yeah, Lacey Green posted this video about this guy Sam Pepper, who's been recording these videos of him like groping women and doing various things like tricking them into kissing him and stuff. And it's just really interesting, there's like over 4,000 comments on her video of all these people saying that she's, this feminist. It's all like, there's so much anger out there, and this whole thing about internet trolls who are just like slamming and dissing people just to have a voice. It's like all of it. I just feel quite overwhelmed at the moment, it's like, God, what is going on with the world? I'm not usually like a part of this kind of thing. I'm not usually like that tapped into the social media and what's going on. I'm kind of quite in my little spiritual bubble, but this is really fascinating me, and I basically feel that there is a broader thing happening at the moment. So gender inequality is just like an expression of how out of balance the world has become. Our climate is out of balance, our weight, our physical bodies are out of balance. When you look at the obesity epidemic, our health is out of balance when you look at cancer rates and stuff. Can't remember if I just mentioned the environment. Gender's out of balance, you know, like all this abuse, all this repression, all of it. It's like everything is so unbalanced. And I feel that what is happening now is that things have to be brought to the light to heal and become complete in themselves. You know, I said like 2-3 weeks before I had this flashback about my dad, I set this intention. I called in my guides, I spoke to the universe, and I said, whatever it is that's causing my self-sabotage, I'm ready to let it go now. So please clear out whatever is in the way. And then this flashback comes up. And I know that that is why I've been self-sabotaging so much. And the breakthroughs I've had have been incredible, you know. So I almost feel like, I mean, well, it's just different ways of looking at it. It just occurred to me, what if the collective consciousness intention is so great for us to heal now? We've got this, you know, this human desire for our planet to become healthy again, for our physical bodies to become healthy again, for us to be happy, joyful and abundant, the way that is our birthright, the way that we know we deserve. What if our desire for that is so great that it's pushing all of the gunk to the surface? I actually really feel that that's a valid possibility. And how beautiful if that is the case. You know, how we see the world is how we choose to see the world. We shape it. As human beings, we give meaning. That's what we do. We're meaning-making machines. Nothing really has meaning. You know, you can take one situation, like a car accident, for example, and have 5 different witnesses, and every person will have a completely different version of events because we give life its meaning. And I think that's generally why I have such a beautiful outlook on life, and why I live generally in such a joyous and abundant place, is that I choose to see the world as being really magical, exciting, and I'm an optimist, you know. I choose to see the best in people and situations, and so I see miracles every day. And this is how I'm going to choose to see this. All of these difficult events that we're seeing around the world, all of this crap, all of this like yucky stuff that is just so abundant that it gets to the point where we're like, oh my god, there's too much, you know, the world is really screwed. Do I even want to bring kids into this? You know, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to choose to see that it's actually the healing that's taking place. And that as a species, we're so intent on getting back to our roots of our divinity, of recognizing that within ourselves, that we have to shine a light on the shadow in order to get there. And that's the process that's happening at the moment. How you choose to see it is up to you. But I invite you to at least try on my meaning and see if it works for you as well. So, thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day, and namaste.